Hello, guys. This is Animal Tool Healing, and I'm here with you for another spiritual video and podcast. Today is a message that I feel like I need to hear as much as you guys need to hear. I think most of my videos are going to be like that, but still. Lighten up. You hear this all the time. Bashar says, you want to be enlightened? Lighten up on yourselves. And I really, really agree with that. I could see how in my past and still some past habits and patterns I have, it's like, man, you're being so hard on yourself, man. How do you expect to get anything done with that kind of mindset? Because I think the truth is we're all doing our best out here. You're doing fine. I'd say most of you have enough to eat, you have shelter, you can bathe your bodies, you have a good foundation. And if you don't have these things, peace is still a choice. I've been reading Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl. And if you haven't read this book, please read it. I recommend it to everyone. Every single person I think should read this book. It's about a Holocaust survivor who was a psychologist. And the first part is devoted to what he endured, how he would change his mental state in order to survive. And the second part is more like the psychology he came up with. Really amazes me. During those horrendous times, circumstances beyond my imagination, the suffering they still had moments of humor, bliss, and even love. What Viktor Frankl would do, like when they were marching to a different camp, he would actually have conversations with his wife. She was in a different camp. And he said he vividly had conversations with her. It was all in his inner mind. Imagine that in such dire circumstances, he still found a way to love. And sometimes, guys, we need to have faith. I've been doing energy clearings on Facebook Live, and a lot of people have things to do with money, relationships, could be even depression. And I think the most important thing is to have faith in yourself and in your higher power, that you will transcend this. This is for your highest good. One of the greatest moments for me doing the healing was this lady. She was talking about how her fiance's addiction will let her down. And then during the questioning, the first part is like I question where the limiting beliefs come from. Are they true? And she came to the realization that this challenge could provide life lessons for her, how to overcome this. If you look back in your past and you say, oh man, that was hard, but I really learned something from it. I can tell you, I got a story. I don't know if I made a video about it, but I failed French last year. Had to retake a whole year of school because I failed this subject, and I was going through turmoil, man. Disappointing my parents and all that. I came to a crisis, because if I failed it again, I would have to retake it. I would come home a failure. I wouldn't have a degree, and it put a lot of pressure into me. But after, of course, I passed, I overcame it. I learned such a valuable lesson. Have faith in yourself and do the work that you think is necessary. I know this is, I don't know how you guys, if you're learning a second language, but for me, the thing that I felt like stopped me was my emotions. Because French, I've been taking French since high school. I always had problems with it, so much negative emotions attached to it, and I had some teachers that were kind of strict. And I just kind of gave up. I was like, what's the point? And obviously, I got the result of thinking that way. Before then, the lowest grade I got was a D in high school, and that was geometry. And it was the same thing. I had a teacher that was very strict, didn't like me. I didn't like the subject. What happened? And sometimes I think life throws us these challenges so we can grow and become better people because of them. But if we reject them and say, get out of my experience, I don't need you, then there's resistance. Now, having the faith that perhaps this challenge will help you grow, expand yourself in some way, even if you can't see it right now. But also having the faith that the solution is out there. I had somebody that was depressed. Know that the peace and the bliss, the life that you want is here. It's here right now. You can see it. If you can't see it, it's there. Having that faith if you don't believe it, you have no hope. And that's depressing. But if you have the faith, things can get better. Because what I believe faith is trusting in the non-physical, something that's not manifested yet, but trusting in its validity. That it's not just non-physical and your imagination. It's a real creation, and you hold on to it. There was a moment right after I read The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle that I felt so blissful just being alive in the present moment. And I'll be honest, sometimes it comes, it goes, but when I have those moments, it's great. When you just feel good just because you're alive, having the ability to experience this journey, this play, you know what I mean? Like, oh cool, I'm a human being, I have a family, I can do things, I can breathe, I can have fun. It's like a cosmic play, a cosmic game that we can be a part of. There's some people on this spiritual journey, and I have to bring this up, that they want to escape 3D reality. They want to escape the physical. And I think, to me, that's insane. I know what the Course in Miracles says. We are not a body, we are minds. And I do believe that. I don't think the Course teaches us escapism. It teaches us how to deal with the thought system, because as we could see with Viktor Frankl, the suffering is in the mind. Because even though the body was under dire circumstances, he still made his mind in a way where he could be in this different world. And if you're experiencing resistance, one of the best things I learned to deal with that is take a nap. Like Abraham Hicks, they said, take a nap. It really works. Meditate. Stop focusing on whatever is causing the resistance, and it goes away. Just try it out. Really, really works. Because sometimes I'm like, naps are a waste of time. Meditating, it was a waste of time. No. I think sometimes it's hard to really trust in the flow state. We've been conditioned that, it's about the hours you put in, the hard work you put in to get the results. And if you believe in that is your truth, then don't deny it. It's a reality for you. I'm saying there's a big difference between being in the flow state and trying hard. I'll give you guys a recent example. I think about a year and a half ago, I wanted to find a Dungeons and Dragons group. I love Dungeons and Dragons. I was looking for a group, and I would go online, post on Facebook, trying to find a group for D&D. I just had this insatiable urge to find a group, because I had a group of friends in the States that I would play with. It was fun. But when I moved to Poland, I didn't have anybody to play, and I didn't want to play online. And I was trying so hard. I went to different meetups, like I said, post on Facebook, and nothing really manifested. But I did this meditation by Dr. Wayne Dyer. And then you would lay down, and you would say, thinking of your desire. And who did I have class with the next day? Some guys that play D&D. And I don't even know how D&D was brought up, but somehow we were talking, D&D was brought up, and they invited me to their campaign. And I played D&D for quite a bit, and I did nothing. It had nothing to do with me, except for maybe the meditation. But that was just, allowing my desire to come through. And I'm thinking, what am I uptight about? I think it's all these expectations you put upon yourself or by society. And it came to me one moment that all that stuff is made up. They're constructs. The expectations you put on yourself, it's a construct of your personality. Society is a construct. It changes with ages. It's not real. What it means to be a man, what it means to be a woman, what it means to be successful. It's all made up. I bet there's cultures, that they value being poor, or they value having less things. You understand? It's this stuff that we made up that's causing insanity. Not to be feeling the wholeness, the perfect bliss and peace right now because of these expectations we put upon ourselves. And I think it's time to stop. All right, guys, that's enough from me. If you like this video or podcast, please leave a like and subscribe. Check out my Facebook page, Adam Alto Healing. I do energy healings on Facebook Live, and I'd like to get your feedback. Any comments you guys got from me, I'd really appreciate it. All right, take care and God bless.